Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Xylophone 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say the people would want to hear this, they want to see this, we piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Xylophone FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Ya Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodo Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Xylophone FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you're not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We out.
Ani eyanokre wapomudin hu hia enu nti na hu akohia sa wobehwa wo husu yi wo brano ne mra mu odin ameto wo mpofrim. Now permit me to introduce you to Green Select Glucometer. Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Sa fidie kitwa ya etimi mpo ehwa wo botomi eboa ma wo hu sugar level abribia. Wona wo diabetes anayare ahodo a emma wo sugar level esote wo brano no. Sa fidie be bo nka ye baby bia wo bia no wada wo so akohu doctor ntem na wo mo dry betimi ama blood sugar no aye pepe. With Green Select Blood Glucose Monitoring System, you get your test results in 5 seconds. And you 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Nane boso die, Call Costless Ventures now on 0205-915-315. Or fry a betcha we are officer Ben Wagana Fana Baby na only one dija. Green Select Glucometer, the best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
And one issue came up, and it came from Kumasi. So Facebook Jata, take me there, and let me read something from Life Living Records, aka Asakaa Kumericans. They have written a long letter to Sadiq and his people on the 3 Music Awards board.
Is it the one where you should save them? So
take your time, and then take your time. It says from Life Living Records Asakaa Kumericans to 3 Music and VGMA board members. Agendum. Anya agenda. Agendum. Or say official announcement to pull out from these schemes. Upon sober reflections and thorough deliberations with the camp, the outfit of Life Living Records Asakaa Kumericans wishes to announce its disinterest to be part of neither the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards nor the 3 Music Awards indefinitely, and respectfully beseech these schemes to take off any project or artist from the camp out of their nomination list. This is interesting. They, however, appreciate the attempted recognition by these enviable schemes, yet expresses thorough dissatisfaction and disappointment over the poor and degrading review of their works and artists on their major influence on the creative industry in Ghana, particularly with 3 Music Awards. Now, Life Living finds certain nominations and category under which their projects and artists are placed demeaning, insulting, and a disrespect to their brand and camp, and will not countenance or accept this humiliation in any way. Life Living didn't confirm or acknowledge any official receipt of mails in connection with these nominations in question before its official outdooring, hence fails to accept their nominations without prior information on the specific categories. Life Living emphasizes on the poor review of their works and projects and its diaspora global influence, and disapprove any attempt to belittle their effort of keeping the Ghana music industry alive the year under review with demeaning nominations, hence lashes on the poor assessment by Schemes Board on their impact as a record label and their artists. Okay, So there is the next paragraph or next page I have to read. But I have the man on the line, Portfolio, aka Jermaine David Portfolio. He is on the line. He speaks for the Asakaa Kumerica brand. Let's get some one or two information from him. Oh, he's off. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Then let me continue reading. Since he's off the line. Let me continue reading. Let me continue reading. Okay. So Life Living wishes to state that Kumerica as a fan army, as described and nominated by the scheme, should be withdrawn, as it puts the whole regional movement in same basket with artist fan base. Now, Kumerica is bigger than the category under which it has been captured, and the camp fails to accept the nomination of Kumerica as a fan army, since this can create a narrative contrary to the actual rationale and purpose behind the movement. Life Living Records would wish to define the status and grading of each artist in the industry according to their impact, fan acceptance, and global recognition. And on record, the camp that is O'Kenneth, Reggie, Sean Lifer, J Bad, City Boy, Kwaku DMC, Bra Bank, Rabbi Jones does not subject its artists to the industry's artist degrading system as A-list mainstream breakthrough on song or next rated. Its focus is geared towards a game changers agendum and will not succumb to a tag that does not commensurate or represent the actual status of their artist and vision as a record label. Finally, Life Living Records, regardless of its position on these award schemes, wishes all its colleague Kumerican artists involved well in projecting the city in their respective ways possible, since the common agenda is to empower the city. And this was signed by Portfolio, aka PRO of Kumerica. Ricky, you are very close to powers that be on the board. Have you guys received this letter in good faith?
No, we haven't been sent this letter personally, but they put it out, so we saw the communique. But there's been a lot of back and forth on this letter. Even this morning, Life Living,
yeah.
I think one of the managers, the top executives, came out to debunk this. He said it emphatically that they
shouldn't be taken serious.
Yeah, shouldn't be taken serious. It doesn't come from them, and even so.
Wait, but the guy who works with them.
Who?
The Jermaine Portfolio.
Okay, so what I understood from the guy's explanation was so it's just like us here, we have a WhatsApp group, showbiz agenda, this be what we go talk about, and something came up, and then we discussed that this is how we want to approach it and all of that. And then one person comes out to put it out as the official statement of us. We can come back as a team or as a group and say, no, yes, we had a discussion, but this is, we had not taken,
it was not agreed
finally. So that's basically what Jermaine, and if you realize, then after the post, I think he even started to make other posts that suggested actually he was trying to support a worthy cause and see as a Omuyinama and all of that. I don't know. I still want to hear him. That's why I was very, very quiet, patiently wanting to hear him, because I think he rushed. It was not a thought through communication from him. And it has gotten the others angry, and there's a whole backstory behind it, and that is why I think now the guys are walking back on officially accepting or admitting that this is their official stance. Because when they called us, I had a call from them, and the communication or their complaints, it was unfortunate, and I'm happy Kobiche is here. It's something that as an industry we need to really, really, really look at. Almost say, Yao Tog, the artist Yao Tog, was part of them. He was part of the Life Living Records, and he's young. He's 17. So he's a young guy, and he's been able to break out, get a huge song in
the one with
and that has propelled or qualified him to make up
Stormzy,
the breakthrough act of the year. Boys in the ball. See, Adena Yao Togo, more small boy, no, a breakthrough act. and omo mpanyinfo no omo count and as omo pushy boy no omo next rated. And that is the main issue. That is the reason why they don't want to be in the next rated. If Yautog was there, probably they would have accepted. Or if every other Kumerican Yautog quick flick omo nyina were next rated and omo you fine. But just because they saw Yautog in a breakthrough and omo no who are older people who are more or less like they brought the guy in. That is the basis of.
Okay, Ricky, hold it there for me. I'm sure now we have portfolio finally, David Jermaine portfolio finally. Let's see what explanation he can give to us on the discussion. Yes, big man. Good morning.
Good morning, Determined President.
How is the morning going?
Amazing. I'm just worn out from a yesterday night event I hosted. So, but then we had to do it because the Entertainment President is calling.
Hey, you hosted an event last night?
Yes, I hosted some Valentine's event. So,
Okay. Can you take a good position? Your line is breaking. If you can take a good position, I'll be glad.
I don't know. I think we have an HS. Is it?
Yeah, let's manage this. Let's see how it goes.
Is it manageable?
Yeah. Let's try this and let's see how it goes. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, is it manageable, please?
Yes. Let's continue. If it gets worse, I'll tell you so you change it again. Yeah.
Right. Sure.
Good. I'm sure you have been in the news since last Saturday. Almost everybody is talking about you. Your post on Facebook has gotten so many reviews from industry experts. And I want to ask first, at this stage, do you regret that post?
No, I don't. Not at all. I think I will still stand by it, but then yes, I don't know. To say I would regret would be something, a mockery to my brand, and I won't. I still stand by it because that is exactly what the camp. That is exactly the camp's position on the whole matter, and it still holds as it stands now. Sure.
Even this morning, as we speak, is the camp still maintaining this press release you put out, or there has now been change of?
The camp only wanted the world to know they didn't construct the press release, which of course I would agree with them because I personally did, because I had to put their concerns into writing for them. I getting it. And so it is not as if it's an official release from the camp, but it's a discussion that has gone on. This is what I've been doing for Kumerica and all this while re-echoing their concerns and thoughts. So I think they really wanted to dissociate from the fact that they didn't construct or put the whole thing into grammar, but then the content of it exactly reflects their position on 3 music awards. And I didn't lie there. I just re-echoed their concerns they raised through me to the outside world. So maybe I wouldn't say it's an official press release from Life Living Records Camp. Yes, of course. But the content of it is what the exact concerns they raised through me. That's my platform, as loud as it could far and reach the right quarters. That is how come it's still, but it still holds. They are still pulling out of 3 music awards. Yeah,
they are still pulling out of 3 music awards.
Yes, unless maybe I don't know if maybe of even before I put it out, they had made they have made attempt to reach out to the board themselves to effect the right changes. I don't really know if they want things to be done properly. But as it stands now, they want to pull out of the award because it's disrespected. And as outlined in the letters, these are exactly why they feel things didn't go down with them. So, yes, because they can dissociate themselves with the circulation of the letter, but the content is exactly what I read. Their concerns.
Okay. So now let's be specific here. Let's say Life Living Records, they have some number of artists. Who is part and who is out?
No one is out. No one is the regular artists that we know apart from Yautog, because that is the misconception has to play. Yautog is a member of Life Living Records, but he is a discovery of Life Living Records. That they felt okay, they push the boy because he has something, and so they put him out, they discovered him, but did not sign him onto the official the record label. So the record label has Banga, Okenet, Reggie, Sean Lifer, Brad Bank, City Boy, Kwaku DMC. Yes, and so these are the names of the Life Living Records. But talk is never and has never been part of Life Living Records. Yes,
I see. Now you are telling me that the substance in the letter holds, but then I have spoken to a board member who is also very close to Paris on the 3 Music Awards board. They are telling me they have also not received this letter officially from your end. So how do they effect the change you guys want?
That is why I'm saying that. That is why I'm saying that. I did. You see, I am not. I am not the official, like someone who's supposed to serve them these official letters. I play a role for all the elements under the Kumerican movement, and so yes, and so I have played my role in letting people know why Asakaa has pulled out of 3 movements. So other sectors of Kumerica who wants to know why their brother element or their brother branch has pulled out would do not come bothering me question portfolio. Why have they pulled out? So I have done my part, and they have their own organogram. They have their own structures within the camp that they would petition. Then Sadiq, CEO Sadiq knows they have officially reached out to him and the regional reps here in Ashanti region why they are pulling out. I think this will come to me as news if they say they have no idea. If they have not, the boys have made also they have reached out, but I had to let the public know and state the reasons to avoid the questions that will be thrown at me why they have pulled out. So their camp would find their ways of resolving it. Of course, it still holds. That is why they have not come out to deny that they have not said anything I've written. But they have only come out to say that they didn't construct the press release, which of course is true. I did it in my capacity as a PRO to echo whatever their concerns are. Yes, sir. So that is the whole issue.
So have they given you any timeline as to when they would communicate officially to the 3 Music Awards, since you think and plan with them?
I think they said they would prefer doing it backdoor. So I am cocksure that by now things might have been resolved. Because of my verbal diarrhea, I have to talk to let everyone know. If their approach is a backdoor approach, that is it. But because I know on any platform they have been interviewed, they have said that yes, it still holds that they want to, and for these reasons they still want to pull out. But then I don't know how officially they want to approach it. I didn't approach it officially. I approached it to evade the questions that will come at me for clarity on why they are pulling out. So I that is what I'm saying is their camp's decision on how to approach 3 Music officially. But I know Baba Sadiq has had an approach to that effect. I don't know. It'll come to me if he says or the camp says they have not. The boss says they have not received any. Maybe it's not official, but I know there has been a form of approach.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, another point you also raised in your release was the Kumerica Fan Army nomination. Once again, you think that Kumerica is bigger than just a fan base of an artist. But then the question is, the Kumerica thing goes beyond the artists you've mentioned on your label. How about those who are also part of the movement? Are they also not to benefit from this particular nomination?
Oh, if you really have followed clearly, you know I'm the same person who has been feeding you information when I did the Shatter Kumerican Invasion project for him in Kumasi.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so it means I represent the interest of every camp and what they want to put out there. So if Life Living Record has been nominated, and on the basis of their nomination, we have given them a fan base to act where top it up that okay, if Kumerican Asakaa boys have been nominated, it means their fan base are Kumerican. They just want to let you know that they don't have a fan base called Kumericans, because it's the whole youth empowerment movement that goes beyond creative arts. And so I think it's the most influential. Me as a PR, I can say on authority that is the most influential movement in the diaspora, in Ghana, in the diaspora. And so to limit it to a fan base like AMG Control, which is a bona fide a fan army of just one artist and his followers, and we feel it's demeaning. And for that one, you see, anything I say doesn't mean it reflects the views of Kumerica, but it reflects the views of the artists in question. And so me as a part of them, I have to reason with them too, so that so I feel that unless of course 3 Music come out clearly to define that this was the reason why Kumericans were were
nominated,
were added to the fan army, we would feel that fine. Maybe they should find a better way to place Kumerica, but to mix it with AMG and no, it's a powerful movement far beyond. It has the superior certain people that's limited to the fan army with the narrative and how we want to find it to the outside. So on the basis of that, we want to dissociate themselves for Kumerica in the fan army, which I would endorse it in any way. Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
So, David, are you taking all these decisions because you think the artists on the live living records were not given what you guys were expecting in terms of nomination? Is that why maybe this decision?
No, you see, after this, I will go on to other Kumerican artists who really want to make a big deal out of 3 Music Awards and promote the agenda for them. I have done my job for the live living camp, and if they stand by it, that is their decision. I will go on and support my other Kumerican artists who still want to promote in 3 Music. What I'm saying is that yes, of course, I feel that I would side with them that for people who have kept the industry alive in 2021, Ghana's only international news we had from our side was from the boys, the big balls, the history makers, everywhere. And so for me, for a next rated art, these boys, to me, I side with them. If they say next rated art is demeaning, because I know that it is only worth it that you recognize them beyond that for what they have done for the industry in Ghana and outside Ghana. Remember, because of them, because of the whole movement or their influence, Stormzy is here. The game wants to come here. Vic Mensa has been here for other artists. Tag A-list artists have taken advantage of their coming to do their projects. Vic Mensa has been here. I mean, Virgil Abloh, Louis Vuitton has signed them on, and Off-White has signed them on. These are something that I feel if that happened to a mainstream artist, it would have been enough CV for the person to make it to the main artist of the year or some enviable nominations. And I feel the boys at their stage have done something that the industry even Kumasi industry in 20 years or ever since the inception of Hip Life has never done, to get global attention, sitting not in the capital in Kumasi and keeping the whole Ghana industry alive. So I feel if they feel disrespected by a certain nomination, it is their stance, and I respect that decision, and I will stand there. It doesn't mean they would wish every Kumerican will pull out of the award scheme. I will go on to support other Kumerican like Coco Flake, who really deserve the discovery of the year. I mean, I will make sure that he earns that spot and stuff. So I respect them. These boys are above certain nominations that has been tagged them, and I feel that yes, they have the right to protest because they are worth more than what mainstreams have done for the industry this year.
I see. My friend here, Adam Mason, would also want to ask him 1 or 2 questions. But before that, let me ask this final one before he comes in. Right. In your letter, you also mentioned VGMA. What about them? No. That one was a blunder from my side. When we were having the discussion, they decided to pull out of every award scheme that will do poor review of their works and underrate their impact in the industry. And so I think for that one, I did it out of emotions because they had not, that one I would the goof because they had not stated a clear position on VGMA, but decided to pull out on VGMA if VGMA equally toes the line of 3 Music to do the poor review of their work and decide to not to position them where their fan base and the acceptance gain, and so I think I would admit that I added too much information when I had to deal with the instance, which was the VGA, the 3 Music Awards. So I will accept the goof of that. But then later I effected the change. I released a presser to all the consent that it was directed to 3 Music. So I will accept the goof for that. Okay, all right, thank you. Now Adam.
Hello, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He can hear you. Go ahead and ask.
I want to put it to you that you did not think through this release as a group.
As a group?
Yes, I'm putting it to you that you did not think through.
Okay, so on the basis of On the basis of...
Yeah, he's asking on what basis are you saying?
On the basis of the inconsistencies and the fact that some of the members of your group have admitted, which you have also admitted, that they did not sanction you to put it out. And for that matter,
yes,
thinking did not go in before you putting it out. So I put it to you that you did not think through.
Okay. All right then, sir. So you see how detailed this letter is, and how I've been able to articulate the reasons why they are pulling out. So I portfolio in my single-handedly or in my own capacity would get time and articulate their views when I have not had any formal meeting or something. No, I mean the lifers are many. More. It is possible that the leadership can have a meeting with me, and as at that time the release has gone on, not everyone in the account has been dismissed, so they wouldn't find that my portfolio, so they act on impulse. I understand because they were not privy, but then I was in touch with the leadership. You see, so if any member or artist comes to state clearly that they dissociate themselves for it, and you can remember. I can say on authority, or from your text, that they have not come out to say they are not, the content of the press is false. But
they are saying they did not sanction you to put it out. You see, as a PRO, you are not the final authority for a company. After you put in whatever the company wants you to put out, you even need to seek their final approval. And as a PRO, you are like the intermediary between your brand.
David, let's listen to him.
You are an intermediary between a brand and the public. And you do not need to act on emotions. But you have exhibited emotions this morning. The reasons some people take PRO is to limit the level of emotions they show in some of the things they do. But you, the PRO, has been so emotional. If you want to do this PR work to a certain level, you need to reduce your level of emotions, and you need not to assume the final power of authority. Whatever you do as a PR, you need to seek the final consent. Let the people you work for also look at what you've put across. Then you look at having put in a certain communication is different from how you put it out. So you can write it beautifully. Then you strategize how to put it out. So don't just assume that because you are the PR, whatever discussions you and your people, we have communications with our team. And it's not whatever they say that we have to put it on paper or put it on social media. If you do that, it will get to a point that even your company will not trust you as a PR. Because whatever you hear them say, you put it out. PRO does not need to act here. And I was really, really taken aback when you said you have a verbal diarrhea. A PRO should not do that. You need to communicate strategically. You don't just have to talk. Go and look for the definition of verbal diarrhea. It's somebody who talks too much and just talk, lengthy talk and chatty talking. A PRO should be strategic. So please, if you want to do this PRO work, you have a lot to learn. From this blunder, learn a lot from the blunder you've committed. Look at the VGMA bit you brought in. It is very, you honestly speaking, you've done harm to your personality as a PR. Please, at times we say challenges become resources for us to become better persons. So this is a challenge for you. Learn from it and become a better person.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Yes, Jermaine, you want to respond to him quickly before we wrap up?
Thank you, sir. And you see, is this out of this issue that I think is really redefining my role I've been playing for them all this while. Remember, most of the times, Brother Sammy would even tell you, when anything happens to their camp, I've been the go-to person. And of course, there are some people I liaise with in the camp before I relay or disseminate the information. Mostly, other members of the camp wouldn't be aware, but they are the right people I re-echo there. So that is why I'm saying that they decided, the leadership that got in touch with me decided, because they know that I can really talk this issue for it to go far. If I knew that perhaps they wanted me to wait on it because you don't understand the backdoor conversation. However, I understand because this has been a learning process. Because that's what I'm saying. It's whole matter. We will fix it because it's a whole matter. We will fix it. And so I admit my blunder in connection with this. But then it doesn't change the fact that they told me to raise their concerns. I get in it. They told me to raise their concerns through my medium. It doesn't change the fact that they told me to raise their concerns through my medium. But in raising it, maybe I made it an official statement because I deemed the information official from them, and so I had the right to put it out there. So I admit, I know the PR process and whatever, but the lapses are in connection with this, and I've learned. Thank you, Mr. Edem. I think moving forward, I know how to be very circumspect about some of these things. But this is no way to disrespect 3 Music Awards. It's an event I would love to host one day. So I really respect them. That is why I'm channeling my energy on other Kumerican artists who have made it for the nomination. So this is not to demean or undermine the brand. I respect the brand so much and I support it 100%. Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. Yeah. I'm sure we are still going to do the reviews. If there will be the need for us to get you again, my producer will surely call you, yeah?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I said we will continue with the discussion. If there is the need for us to get you again, Facebook Jata will surely call you, yeah?
Always, sir. Always, sir. Right. I'm available.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So that was David Jermaine Portfolio, and he is the PRO for Asakaa Kumerica.
I saw my gang here cool. Boys near hard here cool. Step on set, off I got somebody I joy you cool. And in the gang, Sandra boys, we don't fear, we just do Kumerica, sending in here, one bus row, and in here, can't buy a bar, Joe to any man da, can't buy a bar, Joe to any man da, get my foot, Santa boy, so we got this to the boat, taking my gold, selling a soul, why she could tell my man I'm a cold. I'm a cold, Santa America, Miami, Fuonina, I'm a blood, I'm no force, they pretend on some false truth about their life living, they ain't got no life living. I said we scheme, we don't earn salary, that's the part of the living. Many me gang, I dig up Kobo, me bandana. So I'm so the catchy Auntie Susana. Out of my way. This nigga keep on talking, never did that thing they say. I've been dropping many years, I'm never scared, no way, no bragging. I'm away, yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, that's sorry. When I'm sorry, make up bank, make up sorry. Many come and this guy made that toss. I say so. Just don't be the womb.
This is Showbiz Agenda Radio Xylophone 102.1 FM. 16 minutes after 11 a.m. Monday morning, 15th day of February 2021. And I have some commercial information I have to put out before we wrap up this segment. But let me get the opinion of Nanaya Redu. Nanaya Redu, come through. Nana, 3 minutes. Hey, clear display of emotions.
Emotional bandit. Like I would if it was emotions, I wouldn't have advised him.
You advise him still with emotions.
No. You see, whatever.
Look at Audition Kumpi. He said, "Please, brother Sammy, tell Adam to take it cool because this is not the Supreme Court." Okay, I'm coming to you. Next, Nana, quick one.
Sammy.
Yeah, boss.
Me say, assembly question. There are a lot of conversations that Portfolio cannot talk about.
Yes.
He's taking one for the team.
Yes.
You see,
Nana, we've all been in that position before. Where the inside matters.
He made a comment earlier about the awards. In describing the 3 Music Awards and whatever it is, he made a certain comment. Fanny said, not quickly, Miss G, all the other board members, edit them, send a message that, hey, what Ricky is saying, we don't associate with it. It is his opinion. Meanwhile, it's a conversation
it was discussed, yes,
that has gone on in a certain circle in the 3 Music Awards board.
Yes.
Now, if that happens, Ricky has to man up and think twice. Do I take one for 3 Music Awards, or I also rebel? If I rebel, what happens to me tomorrow? If I take one for the team, a human institution, tomorrow I can be given another opportunity to even show my worth more.
Yeah.
So I feel that what has happened to Portfolio can happen to anybody in a certain circle,
especially in this our space.
Yes,
where people are afraid to man up sometimes.
Exactly. The thing backfired. Listen, from what the guy is saying, you can tell that one, in past incidents, they have given him a certain level of respect and security that has given him power to speak on their behalf. Because I say sometimes, oh friend, we have ablo issue in the case.
Yeah.
You understand? So they trust the fact that, okay, for us to be able to reach the
mouthpiece.
Yes, let's go. Now he makes an error because to him, apart from him being a professional PRO, also a human being. He weighs certain options and he makes a blunder. Earlier on, Adam said himself that a good communicator is the one who admits his fault. Now the guy is saying that, oh, the VGMA part I goofed.
I was emotional.
He accepts. I think you're going to even clap for him and say, bro, for you to even accept this on radio, at least you've shown maturity. But please, A, B, C, D. No, so that what advice I then? Now it's simple. What am I saying? Listen. This only goes to cement one thing. Artists, record labels, independent labels, management teams, they really need award schemes. That's all this is. It shows that 3 Music Awards is taking the right steps. They're on the right path, and inshallah, if nothing stops them, they can become a dominance in the industry. We should look at it from the positive angle. If 3 Music Awards didn't have weight, would a whole movement, a whole Asakaa movement that has taken over the world, changing their language and their space, come out to say they don't want to be part of it? It's because the award scheme is valuable. You understand? It's valuable. So I don't see it as a dent on the award scheme. I see it as a value placement for the award scheme, as a validator that, yo, right now, if you don't get 3 Music Awards for your plug inside, you don't get any awards with that. That's what this is. And for him as Portfolio, thinking about what to also do to sustain the little respect that he has to come out in a way to speak in a way that it will not dent the image of Kumerica too much, or dent the image of the Asakaa boys too much.
Okay.
And because sometimes when something happens, when you make one mistake, people chastise you like you it's something that you do over and over and over and over again. And sometimes I feel like what am I saying? You get it? They themselves, they are confused. They are in two minds. They don't know whether they are going to be part of 3 Music Awards or they won't be part. They don't know if what Portfolio is saying is what they will go by or they will not go by it. So Charlie, let's just say that going forward, we will wait for official approach from the label and then we'll see what we can do. But as for 3 Music Awards, I'm very happy for them. Okay. That for you to, because it's not easy to get these kind of reactions from your award scheme. There are so many award schemes in Ghana.
No one will even talk about
exactly.
That,
So for them, I think they're in a position where Sadiq and Ricky and the rest, they shouldn't even worry about what the boy is doing. Rather, they should focus on how they. I know that they are planning very seriously for the main event. Charlie, eyes on the ball. Keep going. This is to validate you guys.
Okay, thank you so much. Guys, I have to manage the time. Adam, you two admit you've been emotional.
Oh, 30 seconds on the.
No, for once, admit you have been emotional.
Oh.
It means one day if I give you the show, you beat guests though.
Oh no.
Like one day, if I don't come and say, oh Adam, today come and sit here.
Sammy, okay, let me.
I can't be beating Komiche and the
Sammy. If have you watched the Supreme Court proceedings?
Yeah.
You know, I've reported from court for many years, and when cross-examining, there are some strategies the lawyers employ. Like you employ certain strategies where you see at times when the truth is there, people wouldn't like to say. But if you come from in a certain direction, they will bring the admission. So it was just, you see, I wasn't angry. It was just a strategy to bring out all the truth. But I want to say 3 Music.
Did the truth really come out?
Of course, he did the admissions and we moved on.
Oh no, that one he has admitted already.
That's why I advise him. But I think 3 Music also took some some risky by boxing the whole Kumerica into one fan army to say Kumerica. Kumericans in the fan army, because if you go to Kumerica, it's like a forest. When you enter, you will see that there are trees standing on their own. So Kumerica shouldn't have been boxed.
Ricky, come on the mic. We are wrapping up on this segment. Okay. So you guys are saying you've not received the letter. That is true. He's saying they will come. So wait for it. But what is your defense if they come to you finally?
Until they come, I don't know, because they may come with maybe specific issues, because I'm hearing the issues are scattered all over the place. I've heard the Leo guy, earlier today speak about the fact that they were not reached out, but I know for a fact that they were reached out.
They were not reached out on what?
At the shop.
Because you guys, your scheme, you don't reach out to anybody.
Exactly. And even if we don't reach out to anybody, Kampa, in their case, they were. Because next week they were expected to share certain images for the artwork. Okay. So they reached out, NYDJ, original rep, reached out to them for their artworks, which they gladly sent 2 of their artists to NY. So if they say they were not reached out, then the guy, so I think someone put it to him that they said you were reached out to. Then he came back to say that yes, but they were not properly reached out to in terms of which categories they were supposed to be put in for them to say okay, maybe. Okay. But so the whole issues are scattered. And then I would only want to touch on the Kumerica thing that he raised. Award schemes, one thing they need to know. Sometimes I don't fault them so much. Sometimes they don't understand the power and the effect or impact of schemes or industry initiatives. They always think it's Kasem or something, but you see, some of these things enhance the brands or enhance the music space. We decided to involve Kumerica because we realized and recognized that beyond maybe Shatawale's fanami, this person's fanami, there's now beginning to be a rise in a whole movement or wave from people within a particular region or quarters. It started with Tema. Unfortunately, Tema couldn't really define theirs, or there was a time where the whole Tema movement, artists were coming from there and all of that. It is a similar thing that these Kumericans have been able to do. That it is not just about one artist. It is a movement. So a group of artists or a group of people coming together to drive a certain music agenda. So this Fanami of the year, if you read the category in the definition, goes beyond just an artist and his fans. Okay. Kumerica is a whole movement, and we decided actually, how can we help to advance it? How can we help to also encourage other, areas or other regions or other sectors or other group of talents to do same? So it is not about we disrespecting the whole movement or whatever, but it was a plan or an idea to enhance or enable the whole. Okay, so finally, Kwabiche also asked you to read the Artist of the Year category definition, and again, his problem is why Shatta could not make the cut for Artist of the Year. Okay, so the Artist of the Year, MVP of the Year, is the most outstanding and dominant artist on the basis of popularity of his, her, or their recordings and activities within the year under review, including performances and social engagements, with at least one video release of any of his or their her recordings. So this is voted for by the board, academy, and the public. The general public. So what that means is one of the key factors of you making it to the Artist of the Year is your recordings, which is your song. You get it? So one of the key indicators is you need to have a song, a dominant song, which is stated there. You need to have a dominant song. Beyond that dominant song, we are looking at also several other activities that you may have done within the year. That activities may also include features, may also include shows, may also include even recordings of other things like albums, EPs. All of those things fall under that. So we look at those elements and then we pick the top 8. So if you look at Kwame Eugene here, recordings, he has a big song, Open Gate. In terms of even features, he has it. Featured on one of another biggest song, which even made it for Song of the Year. Kwame Eugene has it. In terms of activities, we all saw it. You know, performing on the VGMAs, several other things that, you know, he even released an album. Yes, you know, Sound of Africa, which was a big album. You look at Stonebwoy. We know what Stonebwoy did with this album. We know the songs that he released, Putu, Sobolo, several others. You know, even with activities. If you look at Asakaa, you know, our calendar year also spans from 2019. Asakaa year before then has one of the biggest songs, which is Ofecho. It made it. He released the Black Love album. You know, features on other songs and all of that. You look at Kiddy, we all know 2 big, huge songs, recordings. He made it in there. We know his activities and all of that. We know his feature with Adina, and so he falls within that space. You look at Adina, she released an album. She has Araba.
Mike.
She released an album. She has Why from that album, which is a big song. We know her song with Stonebwoy, Take Care of You. I go to take care of you. It's a big song during the Corona time. You know, we know of her activities also within the year. If you look at Diana Hamilton within the gospel space, don't joke. And we know the gospel community itself is a community on its own. So sometimes, and we learned that and began to appreciate that from when we had the gospel caucus, because when they throw out numbers, shows that maybe our mainstream act within this place may be holding. These same gospel artists are doing same, but because unfortunately maybe we don't discuss the gospel sector much, you know, we don't get to hear of it. But the concert that had Joyce Blessing's mic snatched, crowd, if you know about the power of that concert or that event, you get it. So Diana Hamilton, she has a big song, Grace. Adom, which is a big song, you know, Grace. And then her activities as well. And then Medical, huge. You know, everybody, even Wale himself came out to state emphatically that Medical is his artist of the year. And then Family, we all know, like I stated earlier, Wale, unfortunately for him, what we were struggling to get him on was the song, recording. He didn't have it. Even all through categories, Wale didn't have a song like previous years that would drive him. He didn't have it. He had the activities, yes, but song no so are very, very equally important. Your analysis now, when you say activities, no others can hit maybe 60% with their activities. Then the song, the weight of the song can also hit like 80%. While there are no share activities now, activities need to me hit 90%. Yeah. But song gonna end number 10 and I say even 15 because he didn't have a song. Into when you do the tabulation or the calculation of these artists, almost songs, activities, features, and all of that, and you put it together and you put one list together, they were all beating him. So you see, maybe I make us if we had a board and we did the scientific way now. I'm sure clearly you can even get where I'm coming from. That he didn't have a song.
Oh, I think for the song aspect, we even remember that in the year that Shatawale himself wrote something on his Facebook page one day where he said that
15 December 2020, I remember,
where he said that he did not see why he should work extra hard in the year under review, knowing that even if he put out the song, he wouldn't get to perform them, blah blah blah, and that we should wait for the next year. So for the songs bit, if you are a pure Shatawale fan, I know that every song to you is a big song, but to the general public, because I remember I brought Aquilitic. This one, in fact, it's an open secret. Let me share it. I brought Aquilitic. That no, Aquilitic is bigger than this. Aquilitic is bigger than that. Still, it did not work. To be frank, I brought Aquilitic out. The two. Still, now I'm on for say they can't vote.
Take it. Like he said, like Sammy said, let me even add this. Okay, Aquilitic. Let's even use song by song. Okay, Aquilitic and Kwame Eugene's Open Gate. We cannot see it. Aquilitic, Stonebwoy's Putu, or Sobolo, or any of nominate. Okay, Asakaa or feature and Aquilitic.
That song you
size. Okay, Kiddy, Enjoyment, Say Cheese, any Aquilitic. Come on. Okay, Adina, Why or Stonebwoy, on this Stonebwoy Take Care of You, any Aquilitic.
Aquile no go
take. Okay, Diana Hamilton, Grace.
That one the Aquile go take.
You see, because Ocean knows there are certain songs that if you go to church, they know it.
Yeah, like I know my level.
I know. They know it.
Yeah.
Same way, but this year, church no munim akwelete. It is how to
work. The church they know akwelete.
I think so.
Thank you guys.